roasted Brussels sprouts. Ingredients are simple. You need Brussels sprouts, butter, some kind of a seasoning, aluminum foil pan. You want to go ahead and set the oven to 425 degrees while you are cutting up your Brussels sprouts. Cut off the nub, slice in half, and then shed off your extra leaves there. We'll do that for the entire bag. Now, you can use whatever spices you want. Mrs. Dash works pretty good. Doesn't have to be anything special. You could just use regular old salt and pepper and garlic if you want. Doesn't really matter. It's more about what you like. Now, we've tried using olive oil instead of butter, but really the butter makes all the difference. You want to use butter. So once you're done cutting it up, spicing it, and putting your butter in, you'll cover it with aluminum foil, throw it in the oven, and after 10 minutes, you're going to check it. Basically, by checking it, you're just going to stir it. Put the aluminum foil back on, and then cook another 10 minutes. And then, after that, every few minutes, you want to go ahead and check it. So what you want to be able to do, ultimately, is you want to be able to stick a fork in it. It's got to be soft enough to stick a fork in it, not so soft that it's mush. If it's gone to mush, you've gone too far. So you want to keep an eye on it as much as you can. Now, once you've got to the point where it's cooked all the way through, what you're going to do then is you're going to turn off the oven. You're going to turn on the broiler on high. You're going to take the aluminum foil off. And what you're going to do is you're going to burn the tops of it. Now, at this point, you're not going to do any stirring. What you're going to do is you're going to keep a very, very close eye on it, because they can go from not being browned to being burnt in just a matter of a moment. And so you really have to do a good job keeping an eye on it. So you notice I'm taking off all the outer leaves. The outer leaves are bitter, but they're also just going to simply burn in the process. So if you got anything that's loose, knock off what's loose, keep what's not loose. And then those are going to be your better flavors. You can see how dark these are on the outside, and as we peel off, the color starts to brighten a little bit. And that's what you want. You don't want those bitter outer leaves. And whatever you're throwing in, you want to be bite-sized chunks. So that's maybe a little bit large on the bite size, but if it seems like it's a little big, then go ahead and cut it in half. It's not a big deal. So you're going to want 3/4 of a stick of butter. I know that seems like it's a lot, but a lot of it's going to be left on the bottom of the pan that you need for cooking. And if you don't, then what's going to end up happening is you're not going to get any flavor, but then you're not going to get the moisture that you need. And, you know, let's keep in mind these are Brussels sprouts. Brussels sprouts, you know, they need all the flavor and help they can get. So, once we do that, sprinkle on some flavor. Now you'll notice I'm not stirring this up, I'm just throwing it on. The reason why is because in 10 minutes, when you check it, you're gonna stir it then, because at that point, the butter is gonna be melted. So this is part 1 of 2. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you what it looks like done. So like I said, 10 minutes, stir it. 10 minutes again, and then after that, keep an eye on it. Then take the foil off, put the broiler on high, and keep a very close eye on it, because you want it to be singed a little bit, but you don't want it to be burned. All right, we'll see you in part 2.